Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Alt Kings podcast. I'm your host, Tate, with my co-host, Corbin, and today we dive deep into the underwater Ripple Reefs with their founder, Hanko. How you doing today, man?
Good. How are you, man? Thanks for having me.
Great. I just want to say congratulations on launching the NFT project on XRP. I see that you have a lot of big things in place with just minting out the whole entire collection and the people who support you and the incentives with that. And if you want, we can just start off with that. Like, what are those incentives? Say if you hold a part of like the top 10, top 25, what do you receive?
So you're talking about the minting map that I put out. So
Yeah.
That's just the people that it's kind of like a goal set for our community to just go in and when we reach 30%, 1,000 XRP will be split between the top 10 holders, is what we said. And so if you go on our rich list and you see the top 10, you have to hold at least 3 of them to qualify for top 10. Because I did it that way because when we get into like the top 25s, it's going to be there might be some people who are just continuously buying, and some people that are just in the top 25 because they're there, So it's just a reward for people who are actually out there minting and they're collecting a lot of them. So it's just something to keep it a little bit more interesting,
So basically, if you're in the top 10 from the initial launch of Mint and you stay for the whole entire sellout of the collection, you'll basically be receiving like 1,500 XRP roughly? Because the whole total added up to 15,000 XRP, I saw.
Right, yeah. So what will happen is once we reach that 30% mint mark, the top 10 holders of our NFTs will get that split of 1,000 XRP. So whoever holds, you hold 50%, that's a ridiculous number, but say you hold 50% within that top 10%, you'll get 50% of the 1,000 XRP, depending on your holdings in the top 10. So, and then the same thing for when we get to the other percentages, the other milestones. So, yeah, I just thought it would be.
But will the top 10 still receive rewards off of the other milestones?
Yeah. So when we get to
okay. So yeah.
Let's just get to that picture real quick so I can not.
Yeah, because from the photo, from what it seemed was the top 10 basically received all of the rewards for that, just the whole entire milestone.
Yeah. So only the top 10 holders will split the 1,000 XRP. So, but it's not like each person is getting 1,000 XRP. They're just splitting the entire 1,000 XRP.
Yeah.
And so, for the top 12, for the next bracket, which is 50%, the top 12 will get 2,000 XRP. And once we get to 65%.
So it's basically the same 10 potentially, plus 2 more.
Yeah. Unless people are competitive and they try and get into that top 12 spot or top 10 spot. So I thought it might work nicely because we want to mint out. It's something that launches the project further, and we're able to do more things, bigger things, and quicker. And so
it's a very big milestone. That's for sure.
Literally helps the world.
Yeah. That's true. So I thought it would be something fun for the community, or just something to give back a little bit more for their support.
Yes, of course.
So yeah, that's what that's about.
You have a lot in store with this project, and minting out the whole entire collection would be very, very healthy for the whole entire ecosystem and the project to grow on.
Yeah, it's
a lot of ecosystems.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is our first generation, and this is kind of like the seed collection. We're gonna have a complete 10,000 piece collection, but Gen 1 is going to be special for the reason that I'm a very sentimental person, and people who are here from the beginning, like you can see that in our Discord. The first 100 people who joined our Discord, they have a special role, and they also get a special NFT. And what's special is like it's the first 100 NFTs from this Gen 1 collection, and they have a certain watercolor that is only found in those first 100 pieces. So, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what we can do in the future. I mean, you can see what we want to do, and what selling out and minting out would mean is, I mean, we can do a lot. I mean, we got the grant from Ripple X.
Yeah, I was about to say congratulations on that.
Absolutely, congrats.
Thank you.
That's a big one.
That was
$50,000.
yeah. That was a big milestone for us.
How are things moving forward with that?
It's moving well. It's just we've been delayed with the launch of XLS 20. Like you'll see. I mean, obviously we've been building, and I've been thinking, I've been racking my brain so much. Like there were some weeks where I was just like, man, what is something that I can actually do that is actually bringing utility and value to the XRP ledger, and it makes it to where we're not just an NFT project. Because I mean, I got inspired from all these people on Twitter that are talking, like Yoke. He unfortunately left. Big Cat. He's also. I mean, I've seen him around for quite a while. Anyone that like educates other people and is like encouraging them to just learn and educating them, they don't have to be there in that Twitter space, but they're laying it all down for everyone. And so we wanted to do education as well with marine life conservation, and of course that's our core goal is marine life conservation. So. But how do we bring those two together? How do you bring marine life conservation and the XRP ledger together? And so I had to start thinking not so much about art and games and things that are so fun. There are needs in this world that blockchain can solve, and the XRP ledger is pretty much the only one that I know of that is capable of sending. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know all the coins. I tried to keep up. I started in 2017, and then thousands and thousands of coins came along.
A lot of information.
I was looking at my phone so much, I just got sick of it, But
now there's over 20,000.
That's
it's
insane.
Like, what do you pick at that point?
Honestly,
or you just stick with the quality ones, more or less. You got to dig deep and do a lot of research.
Yeah. HBAR is definitely one of the ones that has been thrown in my face so much, that I've heard so much about, that it's those types of things you just can't ignore. So, and I learned that the hard way with NFTs. Like when NFTs first started with Ethereum, I was like, man, this is not going to last. And so I didn't even look into it. And 8 months later, I find myself minting my first NFT, and I'm like, wow, this is really cool. There's a Discord, and you can talk to these people, and they're going crazy, and they're funny in the chat. So that's how I kind of got into it. But yeah, after that, I got to be a mod in some of the projects as well. So, and then I wanted to do this and that, and they're like, nah, just hold back a little bit, because it's their project.
Hold your horses.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
So
let us build, and you can sit back and watch and buy the NFT.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, okay, I see how it is. But getting back to how do I bring marine life conservation and the XRP ledger together in a way that's not just incentivizing people to recycle for receiving an X Reefs or one of our NFTs, and it's kind of hard to do that with so many people that are in this space that just are here to make money. Like it's really great to see our community is actually. I'm really surprised by how strong the holders are. They're holding like crazy. Even through the tough times and the waiting period of a year, it's not like we try to hype anything up too much. It's just we are who we are, and they actually truly care about what the mission is. So I'm not saying that everyone in this space is just money hungry people who just want to flip NFTs, but that there is a quite a big majority of people that are here for that. So you kind of have to step away from okay, how are we going to use the community to do this? I mean, the recycling events and everything is great, and it does work. Like, we've recycled over 12,000 pounds, which is amazing, from NFTs.
It's incredible.
Like, on Twitter.
I applaud you for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Applaud my community, man, because wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it comes down to. But you started that community. You have to think about it like that.
Yeah,
you're the one who opened up that Discord.
It's really cool. But so this idea that I came up with finally, it really does utilize the XRP ledger, and not so much NFTs, but I don't want to say too much about it, because if I do get this idea out there, there's going to be someone out there that's going to develop it faster than I can. And yeah, that's something that we're actually really in need of, is some really
So you left us on our toes, more or less.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but
we're getting there. Oh, I can't tell us.
Well,
we'll fish it out at some point.
I will shed some light on what it will accomplish.
Sure.
One of the biggest problems in this world, and why our oceans are suffering so much, is because we're overfishing a lot. Yes, we're pumping fumes into the air, and we have forest fires everywhere, and we're fishing in ways that we shouldn't, that destroys coral beds by the soccer fields every single day, like thousands. But one of the biggest things is the fish. The corals, yeah, they're dying. They're bleached because, yes, the temperatures are getting hotter. But they also don't have food. And where do they get their food from? They get it from fish. The fish swim by the coral, and they use it as protection. And then the little microbes and stuff that's attached to the fish feed the coral. But so if we can just have more fish, that would be great. But the thing is that people are overfishing like crazy, and they don't care. Like, this is the $400 billion industry that I'm talking about, is the fishing industry.
Yeah.
So and there's regulations in place to police these fishing vessels and these fishermen, but it's unenforceable. So what I am building will enforce that, will enable the UN to enforce that.
That brings some more clarity. I like it. Thank you.
I do like that quite a bit.
You're welcome.
One last thing on that. Does Ripple know what the idea is?
No, they do not.
No, you didn't even let them know?
Not yet, because I didn't think of this idea until after the first grant. So, and that's, during, like, we got the grant with this marine life conservation NFT project, and they loved it, and they really liked the part about Generation 7 that's going to be the adoptable marine life NFTs, which is I think that'll be pretty cool. You'll be tied to an actual live animal, and I want to allow people to, like, get updates and whatnot on that animal as the NFT progresses. But
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would be a little bit more than just pixels, right?
Sure.
But yeah, there is a grant wave that was open for sustainability, and you'd think that I would have applied, right? But and the thing is, I was getting ready for it, and I was really putting a lot of thought into it. But the thing is that I'm a little bit hesitant on who I can trust with this. Like, I have worked with people in the past, even in this space, that will take ideas on the fly, like it's nobody's business. And you don't want this idea in the wrong hands. If it gets patented, you can't build it anymore. So who has to be the one to patent it first? Me. And after you do a provisional patent, like, I'm not just going to go throw $10,000 down the drain for a utility patent to secure it forever or 20 years. So the thing that you do first is a provisional patent. But if you do that, you have 1 year to build it. Otherwise, you can no longer pursue that idea, really. Like, it has to be different on some percentage level. So it is I'll be straightforward. Like, the problem is that I need a dev who can, like, I'm learning as best I can to code XRP Ledger, and I'm so thankful that they have put up these courses on
it's a whole entire another
XRPL.org.
language.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
Really
luckily I did some Python. I do have a nano degree, which is it's a course that teaches you pretty much back end and front end, but high level stuff. So I understand how it works, but I'm not a whiz. I can give you pseudocode and I can tell you what I want, but I need that dev that I can tell that what I want, so he can build faster than I can.
Calling out all devs.
right now.
calling out all talented devs.
So
yeah, because right now it's just you and James, right?
Yeah. So James, we've actually worked on other projects before, not NFT anything. It was actually a Minecraft server way before.
Nice.
It was for this coin called Red Coin, and I was gung ho on Red Coin, man. Like, I was like, they're going to be this social cryptocurrency, and they had a good plan, but
they had a good Shark Tank pitch.
They did. They sold me for sure. Like, but yeah, we built a Minecraft server, and we were going to allow people to play Minecraft and pretty much earn Red Coin. But we all know what Minecraft and Microsoft thinks of crypto right now. So that project was,
R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Shout out to Zerpcraft. You're awesome, dude.
Yeah. Honestly, though.
Shout out to Zerpcraft. May it rest in peace.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people have migrated from their early childhood of playing like Minecraft or like CSGO into the NFT space.
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like it's really been like the gamers
who
have migrated the fastest and like the most in volume.
Mm-hmm. I think so too. It takes someone that's a little bit tech savvy to even understand. It's like a big prerequisite. Like, I try and explain some of this stuff to my friend, like just to set up a wallet, and the first thing he says is like, "What is this?" Like the security key, the passphrase you have to memorize. And I'm like, "Bro, you got to keep this somewhere. Don't let me see it. You need to keep this somewhere safe, like that no one else can get to." And he's like, "But why?" But I mean, that's just one guy. Anyway, it's just I look forward to the day that things become a little bit easier to on-ramp. But yeah, it definitely does take, and I do agree with you that, I think it's the gamers that came along. And so it's really cool because it's brought all of us together. Like, and I'm really actually surprised that we don't do more tournaments. Like, the other day I was thinking, why don't we just do like a Rocket League tournament? I wonder what they would think. But then I was like, no, we can't do that. Like,
but they do a lot of poker tournaments.
Yeah, they play a lot of poker
tournaments.
I like Texas Hold'em, but it's just, I don't know.
Odds are never in your favor. That's what it is.
That's true. And I also just think about if we're going to try and educate the next generation and kids and stuff, I just want to stay as PG rated as possible, as old man boring as that sounds. Like, that's what it's got to be.
No, it doesn't at all.
Yeah.
It's more or less really wise, because who wants their children around gambling?
Yeah.
Degenerate gamblers.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you bring up a really good point though about the accessibility aspect of everything right now. And it's kind of how a lot of technology has been, right? So you think about who was building computers like 20 years ago? Not a ton of people. I mean, you'd go to Dell or you'd go to HP or Compaq or
Apple.
whoever. or Apple. Yeah, you go pick up a computer, right? But nobody was really building them. And then now, I'd say probably like post like 2008, 2009, it really started to ramp up, and then you started to see computer like individual part sales really just skyrocket through the roof.
Yeah.
And I think as the wallet companies essentially think of ways to make things simpler while still remaining secure, I think that's going to lead to a lot more influx of people. And then we also have the digital dollar being developed right now with a bunch of credit card and bank companies.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. But it's great because you know that you're still early because there's that adoption parabola, right? That all the early birds, and once it becomes easy, you're already here. And so it's a comforting that it's not easy yet.
I feel like adoption will be at its peak whenever you can just use your thumbprint for access to your wallet. You don't need to have a seed phrase. You don't need anything like that for encryption. You just have your fingerprint.
Right.
What about Face ID?
Face ID, yeah, but I feel like some people are able to maybe reconstruct your face to potentially hijack your wallet.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot more fingers off too.
Yeah, you're right. They could. Yeah, so I guess both would work.
Right. And if you burn your fingers, you can lose your fingerprint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true.
Imagine that. Oh my goodness.
So I guess the seed phrase is what everybody needs. They just have to be.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. I mean, we're entering into like a financial system where you are your own bank, and that comes with a lot of responsibility. And that's one thing that I think will be addressed and fixed before it even goes further than it is right now. Like you said, the bank coins are being made right now. So they're trying to make it easy for the layman, So you can't have everyone on a platform that isn't responsible enough to maintain their money, like
FTX.
Oh man, yeah, I didn't even realize. But
no, but you're completely right though. You can't have all your money stuck on somewhere that is not sufficient with your money. If they don't even own the crypto for you in those wallets, like what's the point? It's like you're just giving away to charity.
Get your money off the exchanges.
100%.
That's once you buy off any exchange, immediately take it off into a hardware wallet. It will be your
or even a software wallet, like a Trust wallet, a Zum.
Anything
anything like that.
Zum's pretty nice.
Yeah, Zum's really nice.
I really like Zum.
I just have the Decent app. I realize that's really nice as well.
Oh, Decent. I think I downloaded
because it takes basically majority of the top cryptos. Because like I was trying to find a wallet that was going to be accessible for my XDC, my HBAR, and my XRP all together, and that's the perfect one.
Cool.
Because Decent, I don't believe takes. I don't think it took HBAR. It might have, but it was just whenever I was trying to work it, it was just a mess.
Yeah. Yeah, the quick little hack that you guys can do too is if you do have a decent, I mean, you can do this with any wallet, but you can use this exchange called Changely, and you'll essentially say that you're going to send a certain amount of one currency, and then you want a different currency back, and then you put in, where you want them to send your new currency to, and then they auto-generate a wallet, and then you send the crypto to that wallet, and then in about, depends on how fast the actual chain is that you're using, but it usually takes like 15 minutes ish, and then they'll throw it straight into your cold storage for you. They'll literally just send it straight to that wallet address.
I've heard of
Changely. There's barely any fees.
Yeah,
great.
I just didn't know amazing, that's exactly how they did it. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's an automated system. It's great.
Oh wow, yeah. No, you're good. No, I just wanted to ask Hanko. So Hanko, let's say the time is that you've sold out the collection. What is next?
So, man, this is an idea that I had last night when I was talking to Skylab with. I mean, obviously, there's other things that we have in store. I mean, Gen 2 is already like the base model is there. The thing is that the guy who did the artwork, he did a really good job. He's super talented.
So you're already thinking about releasing a brand new collection right after Gen 1 sells out. think of it like this, Hanko. I am the voice of the holders, and we want incentives towards the Gen 1. Yeah. What are we getting?
So the thing is, with incentives, when we talk about staking, there's this one article that just scares the crap out of me with staking.
Are you based in the U.S.?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, don't even consider anything like staking, because if you create your own coin, you're going to be in security problems already.
Yeah. So I would have loved to, but I've seen a lot of tweets from Ethereum veteran NFT holders and collectors, and they're just like fed up with the whole thing. They're like, man, I don't want this coin. I can't really do anything. There are some cool ones, man. Like they do some creative things with the tokens for sure. Like they allow you to breed the NFTs, and then they pop out like a I'll give a shout out to Ape Gang, because that's the first NFT project that I was ever in. The first one that I ever minted, and well, I didn't mint. I just bought one because they look cool. But they allow you to use the tokens, and you get tokens based on how many NFTs you hold, of course, and then you get to spend it for whatever they're doing inside of their project. And that is cool to me, and I want to do something similar like that with the Konica Kai collection, which is Gen 2. We have a female and a male base. It's really the traits that and the traits to really make a solid decision on exactly which ones I want. There's lore that's behind it, and the reason why there needs to be lore is because Equilibrium has. Have you heard of Equilibrium? They're making this really,
games.
Yeah. They're super impressed by what they're doing, but they're actually going to feature the Konica Kai in their game, and they've given us this island, and they're going to let us name the sea, and so I really want to make it something cool that provides some backstory for the Konica Kai as well, and traits, of course. If you want to be consistent, just need to play into that, So, but those Konica Kai, as far as Gen 1 goes, I'm going to tell you what is special and what you get out of it. Like I said, I'm sentimental, and those are the people that were here first. And in the future, there are going to be things that there are going to be bridges that we'll be able to cross. And I'm not going to forget about the people who have Gen 1s. And it will, they can switch hands, and it won't be the same people, right? Okay, but it's Gen 1, and it's special to me, okay? Because it's my artwork. I drew them all. So one of the things that I want to do is there's aquariums that I want to partner with and allow people certain. It would be essentially a coupon. I want to get people to be able to go to these aquariums and experience not just aquariums. Like our partner, the Oceanic Society, they do a lot of traveling and a lot of not really expeditions. It's kind of like they get people to come along with them, and then yes, they will do some conservation initiatives there. In that there's a reason they're going to that place, but they're really bringing people along, and because it helps them get there, it brings costs down for them to do their work, and so Gen 1 is going to have a lot of utility in that it's going to be redeemable for things related to either the education of marine life conservation, like going to the aquarium, or whatever I can find wherever we are, wherever we're what am I trying to say? Like the the people that we're partnered with, I will work with them to bring some type of redemption from that. Like I talked to this guy Manthan. He's doing a lot of things with the XRP ledger and business. And I asked him, what do you think about NFTs being used as coupons in the future for any business? Like, it would be a service that someone can provide. I'll make you an NFT collection. And what do you think that you could offer as a utility for this token or for this NFT from your business? So, say Chipotle releases an NFT collection, and every month you get a free burrito because you hold one of their NFTs. The royalties that they would get from just having this collection would far outweigh the cost of giving these burritos.
The cost of burritos.
Yeah. It becomes a product that's tied to a bigger whale, a bigger piece of the puzzle, bigger cog in the wheel. So yeah, that's kind of where my mind's at with Gen 1. But Gen 1, it started off as just artwork. It started off as, let's get these royalties to directly fund marine life conservation, and that's their baseline utility. If they have nothing else, that's what it is. But in the future, I see that there needs to be something, and I know that. And I've been thinking of maybe it would be good to keep the demand for them alive, in a sense that you would require people to hold a Gen 1 to actually unlock something further down the road. Like I've like for me as a collector of NFTs, if someone was doing a collection like this where they have different generations, I want one of each. And if you have one of each, that's a complete set, right? So if you have a complete set in the end, there's going to be something there. I don't know what yet, because we haven't crossed that bridge yet. Like, we haven't gotten there yet. You're not going to plan out the entire lifetime of any project, because you'll spend too much time trying to get it so perfect that you don't do anything at all. And
yeah, you don't even drive across the road that you've already paved.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly. And that's, we're kind of at I didn't do it this way on purpose. I did think it was cool to have generations, the different generations of different collections. But I noticed after thinking about it, like, we're in a unique position to adapt to where things are going. If it's going more towards gaming, which it is, it's one of the big ones. It's one of my favorite ones. We're there. Konica is already within a game. And the special Konica that you're going to get, I want it to be like your skin that you can access on these metaverses, like MetaHero.io, not just XRPL metaverses, but other metaverses as well. You want to be. I mean, I'm pretty loyal to the project, the blockchain that we're on, because they've given us this chance to do this. They've given us this grant, so I'm not just gonna say, oh well, they're just one of the many, but we don't want to limit ourselves. We like, our mission begs to be heard by everyone, and we can't limit ourselves by just staying in one ecosystem. So yeah, that Konica model is going to be one of the ones that is going to be cross-chain for sure. But I have planned out Gen 7 and Gen 8, but we're pretty open on Gen 3 through 6. So that's it's a little wiggle room for us, But yeah,
that's very exciting.
It's very exciting.
Well, I'm glad to hear so. It's definitely been one of the one of the most challenging things I've done. Staying up, one of the most stressful things. Like, I notice more gray hairs every day, and I'm 27. Like, it's not good.
Yeah, and I can't imagine how long it took for you to put that aquarium together.
Yeah,
and then also add the ocean window NFTs, which are ridiculously cool.
Yeah.
What a great idea!
I'm glad you like that.
And it's very impressive that you do all of the drawings for that Gen 1 collection. That's
Thanks,
very
man.
quality.
Yeah. It's I think it could have been a little bit better, but I mean, you're your own worst judge, right? Like,
that's what Corbin, you just told me that earlier.
Yep.
That's funny. But yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, I spent so much time on that. I tried to keep it as realistic, or there's nothing that's really like fantasy in there. All the shells and the sand types, like the sands, those really exist. Like, there's purple sand. There's the bioluminescent one is kind of a stretch, but it can happen, and I've seen it. So it's
as long as you've seen it, that's all that matters.
Right. Yeah, it's really cool how it works, actually. Like, there's bioluminescent algae that glows blue when you move it. And one time when I was a kid, my family would take us to Florida, to Panama City Beach. And it only happened like twice that we got to see it over all the times that we went. But when you would walk in the sand at night, your footprint would glow blue behind you. And it's because you touched the algae and you activated it, and I just thought it was the coolest thing ever.
That is amazing. Wow. I've actually never had that happen to me. Now that
Really?
you say it. And I've been to Panama City Beach. Yeah. My grandparents live down there.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, look it up. Bioluminescent algae.
I've seen photos, I think, but I just never have experienced it to like recall something like that.
Right, yeah. Yeah, maybe one day, I hope.
Yeah. Well, Hanko, it's been a true pleasure. And
absolutely,
if there's anything you'd like to leave the community on, the floor is yours.
Thanks for having us, man. It's been really nice talking to you guys as well. I will say that I'm really thankful for the community. I'm still just in shock that, wow, this might get big, and it's happened before and again and again, and you guys are just here the whole time. It's really great to be part of something like this, and I'm really honored. And you can bet that I'm not just playing around over here.
Yeah. Considering that you've gotten that grant, I don't think that you are playing around at all, and you should already applaud yourself on the back, because that's a big deal. Yeah. If you've been in this space for over a year now, and you just were to go back to yourself a year ago and tell yourself that you got this grant from Ripple, you'd be in shock.
Yeah, it'd be like, wow, actually did it.
Yeah. Yeah. You're building.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, being partnered with the Oceanic Society is massive. Also, Green Zone as well. Very, very cool stuff.
Yeah. Shout out to Green Zone.
Heavyweight stuff.
When I saw his project, man, I was like, that's the other half of my project. Like, this guy has vans, and he's recycling, and he's giving people GZX for it. He's doing it, and he's actually doing it. We're doing it in a different way, and it's not as like, we don't have vans and we don't go pick up recyclables, but this guy is actually doing it, and you know he cares, because no one's going to go around driving a van to pick up recyclables if they don't care.
Just for an NFT project, or
right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, it's been great to be part of this space and just seeing how everyone just wants to kind of help each other. It's really cool, and a breath of fresh air coming from Ethereum, especially. Like, the people there, I don't know, I guess they're a little bit, I don't want to say pride stricken, but that seems to be
stingy.
What it is. Yeah, stingy too, and yeah, I understand, and to each their own. But I mean, it's just been really nice working with everyone. Like Zerpcraft is a great example of that. So many projects came together, and they just played the crap out of that world.
Yeah, they did. They absolutely did.
Yeah. I even built some boat races there, and like these
damn
these darts that
only we could still play.
Yeah, I wish, but Microsoft was pretty harsh.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Things.
Well, thank you once again, Honko.
Yeah, well, thank you, man.
Thank you, Honko.
Appreciate it.
And ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, you have something?
I take no offense, because my whole life people would say my name in different ways, but it's like Hank with an O, just Hanko.
Oh my God, I feel so terrible.
That's okay.
Hanko,
You're fine,
Hanko.
man.
Yeah.
You should hear
Hanko.
My
Hanko, like that?
Yeah, Hanko. Yeah, just Hanko.
Gotcha.
My third grade
Hanko,
teacher.
thank you for correcting me on my flaws.
Thank you, Hanako.
I feel bad. But yeah,
no, it's all good, man.
My teachers growing up, like my third grade teacher especially, I remember Hanko. I'm just like,
oh my God, I didn't think I'd butchered it that bad.
Yeah. Yeah, there's been worse. There's only been like 2 people who say it right the first time. Recently, it's been a couple more people, which is surprising. But yeah, now you know. I don't want to drag it on for too long.
No worries.
It's all good.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, this has been the Alt Kings podcast, and we'll see you next episode. Peace.
Peace.